Hey guys, Creator Mom, happy Friday. If you're going no contact with a parent, I don't even want to use the word narcissistic anymore. Just kind of tired of the word, but it's an important word, used to classify a group of people with a certain classification of characteristics or whatever. But yeah, if you're going no contact with one of those types of parents, as much as you can, and you don't even contact for like holidays and like birthdays and stuff, how do you deal with the narcissistic rage, or let's just say rage, or an anger that comes from the person when you don't contact them on these special occasions? How do you deal with it without internalizing it essentially? Because the narrative will be what a terrible person you are, and they probably will tell other people and paint this picture of you, which has true, like, oh, my daughter didn't even call me for my birthday. That is true, right? That's a true statement, but it kind of leaves out like a lot of the context of why. It's kind of like being in court, they just say, did you do this, yes or no, and they don't let you explain. But so yeah, with these facts that they have about you, out of like a specific context, or out of, they can paint this picture of you, which kind of makes you look like a terrible person. I feel like it can. I think kind of just getting over that is a big thing. Like, I guess it's just getting over what people may think about you, or what your actual narc parent thinks about you. Because as Jay Reed says, in this type of relationship, this person sets themselves up as the person who knows you the most. They know you the most, and they say the most critical negative things about you. So since they know you the most, then what they say must be true, right? They know you the most. So their negative outlook on who you are is true, is the logic. And anybody else who hasn't been around you like the parent has, and has great things to say about you, well, they're just either they're lying, or they just don't know you like the narc parent knows you, and that's why they don't see these awful things about you. Well, see, it's just like the narc parent doesn't get the best version of you. They don't get the version of you that's gonna say happy birthday anymore, especially if you've chosen to go no contact. Now, your other self that like wasn't no contact and was a fawner knew that it had to do these things, or else the parent would be very severely angry with you. And we don't want that. So we're not going to do that. That would be highly offensive. So the fawner cared, because the fawner had to protect itself against the narc parent. And it had to protect itself against feeling those, being hurt emotionally, like, going through emotional shit. So it's like, well, hey, I know I got to do this to keep the peace, to keep this person like happy. And it's so sad, because I think possibly because of the narc parents' neediness and demandingness, a relationship of authenticity probably wasn't allowed to be developed. So unfortunately, it had to be a relationship where you kind of do things out of obligation. It's not that you wouldn't want to say happy birthday to someone, or happy Mother's Day or whatever, because you're so evil, which is how they see it. Because in an authentic, genuine relationship, you would want to say those things just out of your heart because you love the person. But relationship with a narcissistic parent is born out of fear and obligation, fear of consequences if you don't do a certain thing that they deem is one of their rules. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so unfortunately, it's a relationship built out of fawning and obligation. But when you decide to go no contact, it hurts. It hurts because you can't allow the fawner to come out anymore, because the fawner is like, oh, keep you safe and you got, do this. It's just like, nope. All right, let me know down below.